Ladies and gentlemen, YouTube viewers, Matty G, Buffett, back again. Also known, aka Gary Lowe, G Lowe, in the building. Basically, what we were saying before we left off on the last video, Jericho and the Mattel has detail. As you can see, these boots on Jericho, this is a Chris Jericho, but the boots have no detail. So, except for saying Jericho on the side. So, yeah, well, our video was cut off because it was a little too long on the last one, so we're already coming right back to do this again. It's probably take 6. Crappy.
We'll review what happened on ECW Tuesday.
ECW Tuesday night, last match. Let's get right into it. I mean, really, what else can you say?
Sad to say that ECW champion, the last one, would have to be
Ezekiel Jackson.
Ezekiel Jackson. Personally, my prediction about that is they're going to bring it back for WrestleMania. They're going to have Ezekiel Jackson versus some type of ECW legend. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool. And, you know, it's kind of disappointing that, I mean, someone like Christian would be the last ECW champion, but sadly, he's not. So, you know, great people that were ECW champion would be Terry Funk, Raven, Sandman, Mikey Whipwreck. He's pretty good. Yeah, what were we talking about?
We were also talking about NXT. Oh, that was another thing. Yeah, you know what? Gary has a good point. My point and his point kind of go hand in hand. I think it's going to be a different than
improved, Tough Enough.
Yeah, but that's Gary's view. Also, what I'm thinking is that it's kind of weird for it to be a wrestling show of actual wrestling, for the only reason that they said season premiere is this Tuesday.
Yeah. And
no WWE wrestling show should ever be called a season premiere. It should, there's no such thing as a season premiere. It's on every single, Monday or Tuesday, so.
Yeah, and back to the ECW thing, I guess. There's a lot of, ECW, not ECW anymore. It was just, the E standing for extreme. Not extreme anymore. It's just little kids.
I mean, can we also think about something? The old ECW title used to have barbed wire on it and designs. And you know what? I could show you right here. The new ECW title that you've already seen in other videos is obviously nothing like that. It's got a little bit of fire on it, but it's a pretty plain belt.
ECW, I'm Tommy Dreamer, when he won the championship, I think it would have been more better off if he won it 2 years ago when it was still extreme.
Yeah.
And it really makes no sense that when they did bring it back, it was all extreme.
Yeah, that's the saddest thing.
And all of a sudden, it just went to normal rules. Think about all the superstars that they have right now, or did have on the ECW roster. They could have been really extreme. William Regal,
Sabu.
Underrated wrestlers.
Sandman. Yeah. Dreamer. Balls Mahoney was there when they first came back.
Yeah, but I don't really like Balls Mahoney.
You know what? Neither did I. But he still had the old school edge.
Yeah.
Actually, guys it's kind of funny that I wasn't really happy to see in ECW, but they would have made up a good ECW if it stayed around.
Zack Ryder, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, but imagine if he entered the New Breed, but people like Elijah Burke, who are now on TNA, and, other names like Mike Knox.
In 2007 was the year for ECW when it came back, I think, because they had Rob Van Dam on it for a while until they booted him off because he got into a match with Randy Orton where he punted Rob Van Dam and ended his career. Even though he showed up at the Royal Rumble.
Which means vacation.
Yeah, a 3-year vacation. But,
yeah, unless usually like Cena, he had an injury where he tore his pectoral muscle.
But I don't think that was real. I think they just wanted him to win the Royal Rumble.
See, you know what? Yes and no. I feel like that's right, but at the same time, I feel like that could have really happened. But most of the time, I think an injury is a vacation. Yeah.
I think they exaggerated
and
it.
I think injuries are vacations most of the time.
Same with Edge. because, like, I mean,
which I predicted that Edge was going to come back at the Royal Rumble in a previous video.
And I'm a big Edge fan, and it's disappointing that he happened to get an injury, because him and Chris Jericho would have been a pretty good tag team. And you have to admit, tag teams aren't as good as they were. And
not anymore.
There's no teams, like Primo and Carlito weren't that great, and John Morrison and The Miz were.
I'm on here.
Alright.
What'd you do with that food? I thought you were cooking it.
I wasn't making it.
Well, then you better wrap it up. I hope you didn't just stick it back in the fucking plastic and throw it in
No,
the
it's in a Glad bag in the freezer.
I'm going.
Alright.
See you.
Let's go, babe.
Yeah, bye, baby. Come. Come, baby.
Should
You know what, ladies and gentlemen, we've been through a lot today. This is probably about the 4th time we could have restarted the video, 4th or 5th. Actually, I think we were on like take number 6, so we're just gonna let this video go. You know what? This isn't gonna be a good one, but this is part 2 to volume 1,
so
episode 7.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about injuries and Edge being.
Yeah, like there's no good tag teams anymore. That's pretty much our point. John Morrison and The Miz could have been a better tag team, but I think WWE worked them off a little too much, because I've noticed they were on like SmackDown, ECW, Raw every week, and that's a lot, including Superstars towards the end. So that's sometimes that's 2 matches a night, and that's a
little bit much. So
Chris Jericho and the Big Show just got annoying after a while.
And if also, if you don't know what Gary means when he says 2 matches a night, is because SmackDown is pre-recorded on Tuesday nights. If you buy tickets to ECW, you also get tickets to Superstars
and
SmackDown. So, if for some reason you have a guy on ECW who competes on Superstars, or a guy on SmackDown who competes on Superstars, you're seeing that guy twice in that night. So it becomes a little bit much. But you know what? Like I said, this video's been worked on too much. So this is just going to be the end. Volume 1, Episode 7, Part 2. That's about it. But we're going to have the recap, the figure video, all coming your way. Stay tuned.
Do you want to have a fact this week?
That is. Oh, yeah, and the trivia question. There'll be a trivia question after every single video.
Do you want
to
know?
No trivia question right now. Do you have one?
Yeah.
Hold up one sec. Alright, we're doing good for time. We have a trivia question right now. First person to answer it in the comments will win a free shout out with their YouTube name on YouTube.
Speaking of ECW, I think it was Shane Douglas formed a tag team named the Triple Threat, and he had 2 partners. They were.
We're doing great. You know what I mean? We're doing great.
Yeah. So we just want. It was the Triple Threat, and it was from 1997. If you can name his 2 partners in crime, you get a free shout out.
Hopefully somebody will be able to answer that. So anyway, this was part 2.
Your figures too?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a figure video. Actually, you know what? We have enough time left. Let's just do it now. These are the figures we have for sale. Specialties, 25 and up, $15. The $10 figures, and the $12 figures, the $15 figures, the 20 and the 25 and up. And then we have all these figures for sale, all in the box down there. Some open in the box, some closed in the box. But this has been it. Ask for stuff for sale. Comment, rate, subscribe. Look out for Buffett and Gary's channel.
Yeah.
This has been a long time in the making of this video.
Facebook, we're gonna have our own.
Yeah,
Facebook.
We're gonna be trying to start our own Facebook, but not wanting to have to do this video again. I gotta sign off. Stay tuned for the other videos. Matty G.